Well, hello. You're friendly. Hi, everybody. It's Kevin again from Sticks and Stones. I just had this cat walk up to me. I'm outside, and she's got to be somebody. She's awful friendly. But I wanted to make a quick video and show you guys. Brought some of these outside in the light. A lot of guys are asking me about finishing some wood carvings here. So let me show you this. This right here is a pine knot, and a lot of times after I carve one, pine knots and cottonwoods, they ask me what kind of finish I put on and stuff like that. Well, a lot of times I don't really put a finish on. Sometimes I'll just stain it a little bit with some oil paint and then wipe it off. So basically this type of finish here is more of a rustic look, but they're not real shiny or anything like that. And a lot of people put the finishes on that are shiny. I don't really like those myself, but all I did here was I just gave him a little bit of oil paint, and you can't even barely tell that I did anything to him, but it did darken him up so you can see his detail, and he pops really good, you know. So, and it's hard in the light to see it, but you get the idea of what kind of finish that is. So it's just a little bit of oil paint mixed with water, okay, sometimes linseed oil, black or something, and I'll brush it out the whole carving and then wipe it off, and you know, with paper towels. So that right there is one way to finish like a pine knot, okay, if you don't want it to come out more shiny and have more of a matte type finish, okay. Now, I do want to make a point about cottonwood bark, because a lot of people ask me how to get the kind of effects on cottonwood bark that I get. Now this right here is a basic little wizard, alright? But if you look how his detail really does show up, okay? What that is, folks, is that's wood burning, okay? A lot of times I'll wood burn my carvings. Cottonwood bark, I like to take a wood burner and I'll get right in the little grooves here in the beard. Right in the mustache, the eyes, eyelids, eyebrows, everything. Then I'll take a piece of 220 and I'll sand it off. Now it's hard to see them in bright sunlight. Let me see here if I can get a better. Can't really tell with the video. I'm holding these things with my hand, but when the sun's out, it's kind of tough to see. I hope you can see it on camera. I'll have to see when I get it. But yeah, that's wood burning. What I do is I get a wood burner. Usually use like a cheap coal wood or something. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I could even put a link in the description where you could get one if you like. But after I carve the cottonwood, I'll actually get my wood burner and go through every line. And then, like I said before, you know, I'll sand it off, wipe the carving down, and it really helps the detail pop. Let me show you some other examples. This right here is another one, right? And it just makes them stand out because they're wood burned a little better. Okay, this isn't the best backdrop to show you some of this stuff, and like again with the sun out, but you can see how the detail does show up. Okay, so I do like to wood burn my cottonwood bark, and that's a nice little secret. Maybe I don't know if some wood carvers will tell you or not, but again, this channel's about learning, and that is one of the wood carving secrets, that I'll wood burn a bunch of my cottonwood after I carve them and then throw them on eBay or whatever, and they do tend to stand out a little bit more than one that's not wood burned, okay? You judge for yourself. Some people might like it, some people might not. Now the last thing I wanted to show you in this little video is don't be afraid to add some paint, okay? There's a little Viking I'm working on, and actually I think he's just going to be done just the way he is. I was going to give him horns, but I don't think I need it. But he's also cottonwood bark, he's wood burned, but then I just added a touch of paint. Just a little wash over his eyes and his teeth to make them stand out. So as you can see, you know, it gives it a neat effect. If I try different angles with the light, you can see him better probably. Okay, the sun isn't right on him. And I don't know, I like that kind of effect, and it makes for a different type of carving. So that's another thing you can do after you're done carving. You don't have to spray a finish on them. I like just the color of the wood, natural wood. I don't like cottonwood bark all shiny, and I do tend to believe they get too dark, in my opinion, when you do put a finish on them. But they paint very well, so don't be afraid to paint your cottonwood bark. Don't be afraid to experiment with colors. Hopefully that'll help, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.